Welcome to Mecum's Gone Farmin' Vintage Tractor Auction, featuring the only classic tractor auction of its kind in the country. Today, some of the hardest to find tractors in the world will hit the auction block. So sit back and relax and enjoy Mecum's Gone Farmin' Vintage Tractor Auction.
Hello everyone, and welcome to Mississippi Valley Fairgrounds in Davenport, Iowa for Mecum's Gone Farmin' Spring Classic. I'm your host, Mike Holland, along with my co-host and all things tractors, Max Wilson. Max, I am really excited to see what comes through today.
Yeah, we've got some great featured collections, Mike. It's going to be a lot of fun seeing this sell.
Folks, you'll have the best seat in the house, so don't go anywhere. We'll be back right after this. Welcome back to Mecum's Gone Farmin' Spring Classic right here from Davenport, Iowa. Max, we have another tractor making its way in and about to hit the block.
Yeah, and I'm real excited to see this one come through, Mike.
Let's take a look.
Only 8 built. This is the lowest production tractor we're going to have here at the auction today, which is a 1957 Case 400 Super Diesel. Right around 50 horsepower on the belt. This one has new rice and cane tires on it, restored. Engine overhauled, new brakes, new gauges. And the 400 Supers were only built for 3 months in 1957, so a pretty unique little tractor here. And a beautiful restoration on it. I was looking at this one, and I mean, I don't think there's a spot where the paint's dull on this tractor anywhere.
Already reaching the $10,000 mark. $15,000 now is the mark to hit as the camera kind of comes right across the front of this tractor, showing you that gray case front there.
Yep, you can see the Old Abe there on top of the globe, the Case logo. Looks like we got some phone bid action on this. Must be something with the phone bidders in these high crops.
And Kathy's sitting there waiting on her section. Usually a lot more action on her side of the room.
Yeah, there's not been much going on over there, but I'm sure as we get a little further in here, we're going to have some more action for her. So. $24,000 bid on this Case 400 Super High Crop. And of course, a lot of these high crops in the environment and the climate that they worked in, they were pretty well eaten up and rotted out because of the salt air down by the coast.
Showing back there a great shot of the phone bidders there and what they have to go through. They stand up if they've got a bidder on the phone wanting to take place in the action.
Sold at $26,000. Right. Sold at $26,000.
Right.
S79 is a 1952 Case VAS high crop offset. 1,500 total build. Restored.
It's going to bring S79 as a 1952 Case VAS high crop offset. There were 1,500 of these produced, Mike. And of course, the VA series cases were built from 1942 to 1955, rated at right around 17 horsepower. This one's had the engine overhauled, new tires, been rewired, new gauges and brakes. So it does have the Eagle hitch system on the back, which was Case's answer to the 3-point hitch. Very nice paint job on this one in the flambeau orange that Case used on the V and S and D series.
Can certainly pick them out of the field quite a distance. Probably used in the areas of the country where there was a lot of hunting, saying, don't shoot me while I'm out here in the field. Great shot overhead there as it comes down on this 1952 Case.
7.5.
And
7,500
late action coming in on this tractor now at $7,500.
And it is going to go to a new home. The reserve has been lifted on this tractor. So
Driver of this tractor is going to see. And they're going to sell it out at $7,400. Well, Max, as you and I are keeping up with what's moving through the block here, Amanda's outside mixing it up with some of the buyers and sellers. Amanda, who do you have for us?
We're having a great day here in Davenport, Iowa at the Spring Classic. And of course I like to find some ladies to always talk to. And this is Chris and Sheila, and they would not let me talk to them in front of a green tractor.
Absolutely not.
No, we wouldn't be allowed to do that.
Did you say something like marriage was on the line?
Marriage might be on the line that way.
Could be.
That's right. It's all red at home.
Yeah.
Awesome. So now, what are you guys looking at today? You're hoping to buy, sell? What's going on?
My husband has picked one out. We've looked at others, but he has one we're kind of waiting for, one special one.
Yeah. Us too. We just saw it go out the door, so we're going to have to see.
So now, overall, what do you think of the Gone Farmin auctions?
Actually, we were at the first one up in Walworth, and this is a much better facility. This is great, and it's not snowing.
That's always a bonus.
Yeah, it is. This is a nice facility. I've only been to one other one, so I don't have a lot of experience, but this is very nice.
Very well run. Nice thing to come to.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much for talking to me, and I hope you guys have fun today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to head back up to the block and see what's going on there.
this one here is sitting on brand new rubber all the way around. Beautiful paint on this, been professionally overhauled. Of course, the 820s were built in 57 and 58. Does have about 70 hours on it since it was overhauled. Just a real nice looking tractor. Got that tall chrome straight pipe on it. And this is a no reserve auction on this tractor. And we're going to start it out, it looks like right at $14,000, Mike.
That's going to be a good price for this John Deere diesel. People already recognizing what they see in front of them right here on the auction block. We want to thank everyone for joining us via RFD-TV, watching the Gone Farming Spring Classic here in Davenport, Iowa. We have a capacity crowd here that's made it out this weekend. Everyone's turned it into a family affair as we reach $15,000. Still trying to reach top dollar of this no reserve tractor. And they're going to sell it out at $15,000 as we make our way to the next lot S at 82. This is a 1966 John Deere 3020U. And for those watching on television, Max, tell them what the U stands for.
The U stood for utility. Of course, this one a little bit lower slung, and you can see the different style fenders, and they moved the batteries up along the inside of the fenders. This one here has got the synchro range with a complete 3-point. Does have one remote. Excellent rubber all the way around. Very beautiful paint job on it, and looks like it's got a brand new seat on it as the plastic has not been taken off yet. And the paint on this tractor, as we're zooming back out there from our center camera, just a beautiful shot of this. And of course the front axles were a little bit different on these, as these were set up a little bit narrower and a shorter wheelbase, so they kind of turned that axle around to shorten it up so you could turn shorter.
That coming from our famous alley cam, right out in the center. As this one starts making its way out to the exit. Sitting right now at $8,000. And they're going to close that bid there. This one doesn't quite reach the reserve. That's going to bring us to lot S83 in the 1971 International 1456 Gold Demonstrator. Another big boy through here, Max, but this one's really been meticulously sought to.
Yeah, this one here has been painted up real nice. Got brand new engine overhaul and 4 new tires on it. The 1456 was built in 1970 and 1971. Right around 131 horsepower. The engine has been overhauled by an IH dealer. It has a new radiator. Anything that leaked was fixed. And a very nice paint job, as I remarked before. And we're going to hit her hard right out of the gate here at about $20,000.
Great shot over that unique international look. And there's, of course, the turbo logo sitting right down the side of this 1971 tractor. No attention to detail left unturned here. As you hear our auctioneer calling off the bids, currently sitting at $25,000.
And no indication yet if the reserve has been pulled on this tractor or not. So.
And to seeing our capacity crowd here as you take a look at this Farmall 1456.
And this crowd really has not thinned out at all day, Mike. It's been just it's pretty much standing room only.
Of course, this tractor now sitting at $29,000 is making its way to the exit ramp slowly. And this is a 1456 International. And it's gathered a lot of interest, already sitting at $29,000. We're going to see if they can reach that $30,000 mark. Same gentleman who bought one of the high crops there. Dan's working him hard. They are close, and the bid will go on. They're at $29,000 right now. Well, Max, the crowd certainly isn't going to let up with all this bidding action, and neither are we. We have plenty more to come right after this.
That's going to bring in lot S84 is a 1959 John Deere 630. Does have front weights and 3-point. Comes with a fully mounted 3-bottom John Deere plow. Near new tires all the way around. Beautiful restoration on this tractor. I was kind of oohing and on over it. We were getting ready to get going here today. The serial number on this tractor is 630-4644. And the reserve has just been lifted on this tractor at $8,000.
Obviously, right off the back there, Max, it's got right off the back, coming with it. As our camera gives you a great shot of the hood right across the front there. $8,800. And $9,000. Still at $8,900, looking for $9,000, and he just reached $9,000 now. Got some late action on this one, reaching $9,100 as they roll it slowly toward the exit door. Soling it out at $9,100. That's going to bring us up to lot S85, which is a 1966 Farmall 806.
And this one here, probably one of the prettiest Farmalls we've had come in here so far today. 806 with a total restoration. It shows about 4,500 original hours. 806s were built from 63 to 67, right around 95 horsepower. This one here's had a total restoration, motor, clutch, torque, nuts and bolts. Pretty much everything's been done. You're buying a brand new 806, so be interested to see where it goes here. As we right at 12.5 already. 806, of course, was a big workhorse around a lot of the places, a lot of farms.
And Logan working this capacity crowd here in Davenport, Iowa. And our bidders showing their appreciation by lifting the bid just north of $17,000, now $18,500. Still have movement. That has now hit $19,000. As everyone is seeing that the tractor is making its way out of the building. That's when the late bidding action usually happens. And we still have it, $19,000. Now it's at $19,250. Kathy finally having some action on her way, trying to get the last a little bit to action. She now has it. And getting toward the last call with a $20,500 bid. Logan starting to make his move on this Farmall tractor. As Max said, this has been fully restored and really one of the better looking Farmalls we've had through here all weekend.
Yeah, been a good looking tractor. I kind of noticed that when we walked in right away, that paint just shines on that thing.
Not sure Logan can move this one out fast enough because we've got one of them on deck here waiting that's has the power to put some people asleep. We have gone from $17,000 now hitting the $23,100 mark. Obviously, people realizing what the value is of this particular Farmall tractor.
Looks like we've got Kathy over there working on someone back in Bacon.
Selling at no reserve, S86 is a John Deere 50 all fuel. Selling at no reserve.
And selling at no reserve. Coming up on our next tractor is lot S86. This is a John Deere 50 all fuel tractor.
Yeah, and this one here, the all-fuel tractor that very early first-year production. Pretty nice restoration on it here. Looks like it does have the original rear tires on it. And the other thing that's right there in that shot that you can see is it does have the early single barrel carburetor on it, which some of the real early all-fuel tractors still use that original single barrel carburetor. Most of them would have had the duplex carburetor. And this one being sold at no reserve. $3,000.
S87 is an
They're going to
international.
hammer that home at $3,000.
That's going to bring us to this lot S87. Couldn't get to the block fast enough. It's an international 826 gold demonstrator. Still in its work clothes, Max.
Yeah, and this one here, to find one of these that still is sporting that original gold paint on it. Of course, the International 826. This one here has the German diesel motor in it. Fresh off the farm, has a fast hitch, dual hydraulics, dual PTO, around 6,000 hours on it. One owner, and the torque in this tractor is good, so pretty much you could take it home, put it to work, or just keep it as a nice original demonstrator tractor.
Already reaching the $11,000 mark.
And of course, if you look right up at the nose of that, just in front of that International emblem on the side of it, you can see where there's a little bit of red paint. And a lot of these tractors, after they were done demonstrating them, they actually paint them red because no one wanted to buy them in the gold color. But looking at this, I have a hard time believing that this had much of a layer of red paint on it for that gold to be showing through on those fenders and stuff like that. So the reserve has just been pulled on that tractor.
As it hits $11,500. And they're going to sell it out at $11,500. Well, Max, everyone knows how important our sponsors are to the show.
Yeah, and we'd really like to thank Steiner Tractor Parts for all they do for us here on the show. And we'll be right back.
The 1962 John Deere 3010.
And this one here, a utility. And it's a diesel with synchro range and 3-point. Looks like brand new tires all the way around. This one right around 55 horse on the 3010. Does have one remote. Beautiful paint job on this tractor, as we can see in some of our camera shots there. And of course, these utility tractors, you don't see too many of them at these auctions. It was another thing. Most of the farmers that were buying 3010s and 3020s, they were buying the row crop version. That was the more popular of them, but there are certain parts of the country where this utility or a standard tread type tractor was a lot more popular than the row crop. So, and just with the paint and tires on this, I'm thinking at $6,000 price point, you're pretty much buying paint and tires, and they're throwing the tractor in for free.
That's a nice looking tractor. It's a great shot as our camera crew is showing you just how beautiful these tractors look from overhead. Sitting now at the $6,200 mark. Again, it's a 1962 John Deere 3010. They're not going to let this one out the door without finding it a new home. It sits now at $6,500, and they're going to sell it out at $6,500.
And once again, another utility tractor here. This one here with the underslung exhaust. It is a diesel. It has to have 2 remotes, 3-point hitch, and decent rubber on it. And once again, another beautiful paint job on this tractor, Mike. So. And a lot of these utility tractors, where they did get used, they got the tar beat out of them. So,
you know, it seems, Max, we haven't seen very many like older unrestored tractors at a lesser value. If they're unrestored, they're usually in their original condition, And usually a lot of these collectors are seeing that, and they're going to bring a higher dollar. Most of what we've seen have been completely restored tractors and really just bringing them back to original condition. We saw the high crops, obviously, with the original condition. We've seen some of these meticulously restored tractors just bringing really nice dollars. This one, obviously, right now with a no reserve, bringing $6,000. We've talked about some of the companies that do this and actually specialize in restoring some of these tractors. And as you see another great view, this is going to kind of show you down here that famous John Deere look, and of course the famous yellow seat come to be a huge part of the John Deere brand. And this tractor's making its way out the east door here, but you know, this has really been probably one of our best auctions so far, as they've cleared out a lot of the featured tractors here. They're still making some great deals to be had here. I know we've still got a lot of tractors left, as that one sells out at $6,000, $6,600, excuse me. And that's going to make our way through to lot S90. This is a 1976 Farmall 1066. Again, restoration on these just to a T. You're not going to see a lot of these tractors, even though a lot of these early model tractors, some of them have come back and again in original condition, maybe not completely restored. You're going to find a huge value there, as well, as Max said, because sometimes these tractors are worth more in their absolute original condition. This particular Farmall one has been restored, but obviously this is what these tractors look like, Max, right off the assembly line.
Yeah, they had this. They had a pretty good shine to them off of the assembly line, but this one here's got the chrome grill in it. Has had a complete restoration, 300 hours on a new torque. The front end's been rebuilt. It's got a rebuild alternator. Has had a stainless steel dash installed in it. And 1976 was the only year the 1066 was marketed as a black stripe, and that would be the last year of production. And what it was, they just were changing up the decals a little bit. And
so that's what that black stripe represented, was the last year of that.
That was the last year of the 66 series, and
you were one step ahead of me. That's the question I was going to ask. I kept seeing these yesterday, obviously today. And that's one thing I didn't know about these Farmall series. They kept bringing up about these black stripes. That's interesting that was the final year of production.
And that's what a lot of guys look for on a 66 series, is they want one that's a black stripe, because that was the last year of production. A couple little improvements made on them, but it's mainly for that decal with that black stripe. And this one here is from the Dan Crane collection. And it is selling at no reserve. And we're at $17,750 bid.
No reserve on this one, sitting now at $17,850 as Logan's trying to see if he can get it right up toward the $18,000 mark. He is going to sell it out at $17,850. That's going to bring us up to our next Minneapolis-Moline tractor, lot S91. It's a 1962 Minneapolis-Moline G706 LP front wheel assist tractor. And this is one of the bright yellow Minneapolis restored tractors match. It's just been phenomenally done.
Yeah, and I always like this paint scheme on them with that brown and the prairie gold on there. Serial number on this unit is 24000069. The G706 propanes were built from 62 to 1965. Rated at right around 102 horsepower on the PTO. There were only 370 G706 front wheel assist built. So a fairly low production number tractor here. It'll be interesting to see what it brings. We'll see if we got any Minneapolis-Moline fans in the crowd today.
Well, right now, sitting at $7,000, I'm pretty sure this tractor is worth quite a bit more than that. It does hit the $8,000 mark. As our cameras come over the front of this and give you an idea what those Minneapolis-Molines look like from the front, and right over to the front fender. Now sitting at $8,000 and just pushed to $8,500.
And of course, it looks like the reserve has been met on this tractor, so.
And they're going to sell it out at $8,500. That's going to bring us up to our John Deere 3020. This is a 1965 John Deere, and it's lot S92.
And this one here, a standard diesel with the synchro range. And if you notice, we had those 3020s come through. They were a little bit lower setting. That would be the utility. This would be a 3020 standard. A little bit bigger fenders sitting up around there. A little bit wider platform, and it's got those dust shields right there in the front. Actually, just about where it says lot S92 there, you can see those dust shields that come up, kind of kept that operator's platform cleaner. Once again, another beautiful paint job on this tractor with new tires pretty much all the way around.
Great shot of this 3020 diesel. Pulls out, gives you a look at the side panel here.
This one here is in the early style from 64 to 68. Rated at right around 70 horsepower. Rebuild injection pump, new batteries and battery boxes. It's a synchro range transmission in it. Does have a new muffler, all new fluids, low hours, and like I said, new tires all the way around. It does have new paint with a clear coat, so that's that shine that we're getting right now as we kind of take a look at the front wheels there.
They're sitting in an $18,000 bid right now. Not sure if the reserve has been met, but they're going to start rolling that to the exit ramp. And the bid will go on that one for $18,000. That is going to bring us to lot S93, which is a 1975 International 140. This is a smaller version of the Internationals. Backs.
And of course, these here, a little bit later version of the Farmall A and Super A. And of course, this one here is a 1975. I don't know if that's correct or not, but that'd be pretty late in production. Rated right at around 21 horse. Does have the one-row cultivator mounted on it. Be a pretty handy little tractor to use in a little garden or a sweet corn operation.
And a great shot across the front there.
And at a pretty good price here too, so. As they're rolling that closer to the door there, we get a nice aerial shot of the right side of that tractor, and you can kind of see that offset and how the operator could look down and see that one row that he was cultivating. And that one's going to sell at $2,700, and that's going to bring up lot S94 is a 1971 John Deere 4020 power shift. Is a diesel with 3-point. About 96 horsepower on the PTO. Does have 2 remotes, 540 and 1000 PTO. Pretty nice looking 4020 here. start that out right at $10,000. Of course, the 4020 was a pretty iconic tractor, very popular for John Deere, and has served many farmers well for a lot of years. Of course, this is from the second to last year production. Does have the side console on it. We watch Ryan there trying to get some bids out of the front row. And nice aerial shot here. Reserve has just been pulled on this tractor. And it's going to sell at $17,500.
Well, tractor after tractor, Max, it really is no surprise what some of these are going for today.
No, we've had some great tractors come through here today, Mike.
Well, folks, don't go anywhere. There's plenty more action coming up on Mecum's Gone Farmin' Spring Classic right after this.
Here at Mecum's Gone Farmin' Spring Classic, we've got a lot of very cool tractors. I'm here with Kevin Pilgrim, and he has something that's very cool right behind us. Kevin, what the heck is this thing?
So this is a German-made vineyard design tractor. It's kind of like for truck farms, tree farms, Christmas tree farms, and vineyards. And the vineyard part is how I think I came across it. Because where I'm from in northwest Arkansas, there's a vineyard festival for grapes, and that's where this was kind of found in that area. I'm a car guy, and we hang around with car guys, and a car guy friend acquired this, painted it, put the tires on it, made it run, and anyways, you know how things work out. He went as far as he could go with it, and I thought it was pretty cool. If the market's not there, no, it's not going anywhere. I'm going to enjoy it because this will fit into the VW crowd, and they're all over the place, car guys, VW, and it'll fit in there too. I just think it's cool all the way around.
Yeah, it absolutely is very cool, and I wish you the best of luck today.
Thanks.
So thank you very much, and now we'll go into the auction and see what's happening there.
This is going to bring in a pretty unique little tractor. It's a 1968 Vineyard T718 EVW. Rare vineyard tractor, one of 25 built. This is powered by a 40 horsepower VW engine. This is the first tractor of the 20 that were shipped to Burton Supply Company in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania in 1968 from Hornbach, Germany. There were 8 serial numbers accounted for in the registry. A copy of the Vineyard's registry is included with the tractor. This tractor was discovered in northwest Arkansas area, which encompasses Tontitown, Arkansas, known for the grape festival that's held there every August for the last 116 years. The tractor was designed for vineyards and truck and vegetable farms. Pretty unique little piece. You don't see them hardly at all, with only 25 believed to be made in 1968. It does have 3-point hydraulic lift, PTO, and multi-speeds. The tractor is operational, including new tires and paint. So $4,300 bid right now on this pretty unique little vineyard tractor. And of course, with that low design and that'd be for working down in between the grape rows if they're pretty well bushed out. And you can see it's kind of got that sweeping hood design to kind of protect the fruits and the grape from being destroyed as you were working down in between your grape rows. Dan is working pretty hard to convince the driver to lift the reserve, and he just got the job done, and the tractor is going to go to a new home today. And of course, any of these tractors from that muscle tractor era, if they are in original paint, usually bring pretty good money. As you can see a good shot there at the side of it with all the original paint. And now kind of looking at a quarter view of it as rolling her towards the door. $20,000, and the reserve has been lifted on this 4320 in original paint.
And as it made its way past our announcer's desk, you can pretty much see the detail all the way around on this one.
Of course, it's got them dual straight pipes on it with that V8, and he cracked the throttle a little bit. I about jumped out of my seat, kind of scared me a little bit as I was announcing what that 4020 had brought. This one here, right around 150 horse on the PTO is what they were rated at. Has had a complete engine overhaul, new TA and clutch. And of course, we're at 20,000 right now, and this one is selling at no reserve.
Only 862 of these built, Max. Which is one of the reasons it's going to bring a pretty high dollar figure, already reaching the $30,000 mark.
And of course, we've sold quite a few of these in the last few auctions, and they've always sold very well, especially when they're painted up this nice. We sit here and listen in to Logan up there with his chant, trying to get a little more money out of this tractor, and he just got another 1,000 out of it to hit 35,000.
Sold at 36 ounces.
And it's going to let that one go at $36,000. And that's going to bring us to lot S98. This is an International 560 Wheatland diesel with a rear view mirror.
Yeah, I'm sure this one's been used on some of the tractor drives and that. And this one here, rated right at around 60 horse, was restored 4 years ago, does have a new clutch and new TA. The motor was overhauled. And of course, you see that them big tires on the rear of this, and kind of makes that tractor stand look like a dragster a little bit.
Definitely bringing tears to my eyes here, Max, as we see that 560 making its way out toward the exit.
Yeah, really nice paint on this tractor, and right at $6,000 bid right now.
And they're going to sell that one at $6,000. Well, folks, that's going to wrap it up here from Davenport, Iowa, and Mecum's Gone Farmin' Spring Classic. I'm Mike Holland along with Max Wilson, and we'll see you next time.